This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. When you think of agriculture, farming may come to mind, but there are a number of different fields you can get into without having to own or work on a farm. This morning we have Jeremy Schneider from Sydenstrickers here this morning to tell us about some job opportunities you may want to consider. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
So first of all, what are some job opportunities that Sydenstricker has? Like, what are different career paths that people can take to work for Sydenstrickers?
Okay, well, most people would sit there and tell you, oh, they probably will have parts, sales, and service. Those are the three that most people think of. But we actually offer several different other positions. Sydenstrickers total has probably over 250 employees. So we actually have accounting and administrative positions. We also have HR. We've talked about integrated solutions before, which is basically our technology fields and things like that. So, and then we also offer things like safety compliance positions and fleet management positions. So we have a variety of different ones throughout the organization.
All right, now let's talk about experience. Does somebody need to have experience in order to work for Sydenstrickers, or is there something where, you know, you get hired and there's training available and certifications as well?
Right. So experience is always the preferred one. You know, it's easy when somebody has that experience and can step right in. But the short answer is no. We have a lot of people who have come to us from, like, say, the automotive industry and don't have an ag background. And we've hired people like that for part, sales, service positions, all of them. So really, the main thing that we look at is that we want you to be, our main goal is customer focus. So as long as you kind of have that in mind and a willingness to learn, we can take care of the rest.
All right, so tell us, what type of training do you offer for those positions?
Okay, so when a new employee starts, we offer basically two types of training, both internal and then what I would consider John Deere sponsored training. Internally, starting day one, we're going to go over all the stuff that you need to know internally, the day-to-day details. Now, as far as the education is concerned about the product and some of the other more advanced things, we offer the John Deere sponsored training. And really what that is you can do it several different ways. One of them is basically a narrated PowerPoint on the computer. Pretty boring, but the facts are there and you can gain the knowledge there. We also send people to John Deere training schools in the Midwest. Wichita and Davenport are typically where we send guys, and those are usually 2 to 3 day classes. They spend the night out and things like that. Now the third option is the one that we're kind of excited about. Basically they call it distance learning, and that's more or less just like your college classrooms.
Okay.
You sit in a room, and we have a facility set up at a couple of our different locations, and you sit in the room. You don't have to travel as far. You can usually be home at night and things like that. But you actually take the same type of courses, but they're being taught by instructors, and those instructors, I mean, the last class I sat in, the instructors, I believe, were in Washington. So that allows us to get the training faster and also keep the employees a little bit happier so they're not spending 2 or 3 nights out somewhere where they don't really want to be.
All right, now let's talk about this. I know that there's a lot of students that are in high school that want to go into the ag field, so they go to college for that as well. And then there's college students as well that need to get that foot in the door or that experience. Do you guys offer any sort of internship? Or I know that you guys have some partnership with some area schools as well. So talk about that as well.
Okay. That's probably an extension of our training. You mentioned the partnerships. There are a couple of regional colleges throughout the Midwest and actually throughout the country that we are partners with through John Deere and the dealership. And that's the most intensive training that you can really get. And any person can go, and it doesn't matter age or anything like that. But what that amounts to is you go and you get your associate's degree. And while doing that, you also receive very technical training on how to work on the equipment. The program's called John Deere Tech. And what happens there is when the people come out of there, they're certified in a lot of the core competencies that we look for. And the nice part is that we offer basically work study when they're not going to school. So they get to know what we're like as an organization. We get to understand them while they're students. So that works out really nice, and after 2 years, hopefully it's a very good start to a wonderful career with us. You mentioned internships. We do offer internships to college-age students. We enjoy having them, and those internships are very varied, I guess is the way to say it. We every year when we sit down and talk to the prospective interns, they want to know, well, what will I be doing? And my answer to that is, well, what do you want to learn?
Right.
Because we can kind of customize it to what they want to learn, and then where we kind of see needs arriving in the near future.
So if anybody wants information on how to, to obviously work or any other internship information or anything, where can they get information for that?
The easiest place is our website,
Okay.
www.sydenstrickers.com. On the bottom of the homepage, there's a link for employment opportunities. That has a link not only that you can submit your resume, fill out an application, but the John Deere Tech program that I speak of, there's also a spot for information that's all connected there. So if you're interested in that, that's the best place to start.
Okay, and what we'll do is we'll link everything up on our website at heartlandconnection.com for an easy find on our Good Morning Heartland page. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for coming on. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
And we'll be right back.